Alright, in this kitchen we're putting IKEA cabinets in. I've got the wall cabinets up. They go on a track that you just put 2 bolts through the top corner of each cabinet, and it's a very easy process. And so we're going to finish up on the base cabinets, and then we'll start working on all the sink supply to the new countertop and sink. Alright, I'm getting ready to put the countertop down on one side of the kitchen, and I need to put these strips to raise up the counter. Most countertops are going to have an overhang. If you don't raise it up, then your cabinet doors and drawers won't open properly. I've got the strips underneath that countertop and it's in place, and now I'm going to cut a couple holes in the final base cabinet on this side of the kitchen, and that's going to be for our plumbing. We've got the main drain line, the stub out, and we've got 2 supply lines that are coming through. So we'll have to cut through the back, and then also we're going to cut a hole in the top of the cabinet for the dishwasher. And in most cases the dishwasher needs to be, the hose needs to be up high around 32-33 inches off the ground for it to drain properly. So the hole's going to be pretty high on the cabinet for that drain tube. Alright, I have the cabinet in place. I have the drain hose and the supply line run for the dishwasher, and we've tightened up the brackets in the corners, and now we're ready to drop the counter on top of this side of the kitchen. Alright, we have the cabinets and the counter on one side of the kitchen done, and now we've got the dishwasher and stove in place. Have our hood vent, our upper cabinets, and the base cabinets I've got set. I've run my plumbing for the dishwasher through the cabinet. You need to run the drain hose up about 32-33 inches high for it to drain properly. I've got my supply lines ready. We're going to get this countertop on, and then we'll be done with this stage of the kitchen. Alright, to replace a kitchen sink there's only a couple steps. First thing is, once you have the old sink out and you've got your new sink, we're going to take a bead of siliconized caulk, and we want to have an 1/8 to a 1/4 inch bead of silicone all the way around the opening. This is going to seal it so that water can't come through, and a lot of these countertops have kind of a pressed board in here, so you don't want to get that wet. So first thing, apply a bead of caulk, and second, once we put the sink in place, there's this slotted channel all the way around, and we're going to use the clips that they provide, and we're going to slide it into the channel and then tighten them down. And this is going to tighten down on the underside of the counter and just grab under here and pull it into the bead of caulk. And so putting in a new kitchen sink is very simple, very straightforward. It sets in place, tighten your clips down, and then you move on to putting in your sink baskets and your faucet. Inside of the kitchen we have the electric finished. We have the new outlet in behind the fridge and pushed it back. The upper and lower cabinets are in place. We just have the doors, drawers to do. And on this side, the plumbing's finished. We have the hood vent in place. It's held in place by 4 screws. We ran the electric down through the cabinet. We had to put a hole in the bottom of the cabinet and the top of the cabinet for the vent, and now we'll get a vent to connect this. And our next step is going to be connecting the doors and drawers in the cabinets, and then finish the electric on this side. The key elements of this kitchen are pretty much done. We have new cabinets, a sink, a dishwasher, a new stove and hood put in, and on the channel hardware helper I have the detail on how I did the under sink and the faucet, and also some techniques on how to put in a new dishwasher. On this side of the kitchen we made the countertop a little bit longer, added cabinets, which really adds. We moved the fridge, and when we moved the fridge we had to add an outlet and also move the existing light switch. So if you're looking for ideas on those projects, we have that on the channel too. So for a few $1,000s and a few weekends, you can totally transform a kitchen.